red velvet cake. Even the name sounds rich and delicious. And how do I get that luxurious red color? I mix a little cocoa powder with some food coloring. Now, I'm starting off by making a paste because that way the color will distribute really evenly through the cake batter. There's two types of fat in this recipe, butter and shortening. Butter is rich and creamy, and that shortening is light and tender. Watch the color change with that cocoa and red dye mixture. And all great cakes have a few basic ingredients in common. Cornstarch makes red velvet cake really soft and fluffy. There are two very unexpected ingredients in red velvet cake: buttermilk and vinegar. Both of these are acids, and what they do is that they work with the baking soda. They make it expand, which makes the cake fluffier. Velvet cakes have been around since like the 1800s. They were called that because of their smooth texture. And at certain periods, bakers actually added beets to their cakes to get that red color. You'll notice I have different shaped tins. You'll see why later. And these have to go, you guessed it, into the oven. For what I'm about to do with these, I need flat tops. Look at that color. So when you're making a cake, you have to think ahead. Get yourself a cake board that's bigger than the shape that you're making. Speaking of which, how about we turn this red velvet cake into something a little bit more romantic? See what I just did there? Icing, anyone? Red velvet cake covered in cream cheese icing is about as rich and delicious as you can get. Just a little bit of icing sugar. Splash of vanilla. And this is my cocoa powder and food coloring mix. cream cheese frosting without the cream cheese. And it's really important to have it room temperature. It'll be so much easier to beat, and it helps get all the air into it. Time to assemble this baby. Offset spatula. This angle makes life so much easier. Us bakers never worry about getting the first coat of frosting perfect. It's called a crumb coat, and it's just a very thin layer that's there to pick up the crumbs all around the outside of the cake. The beautiful stuff comes later. There is not nearly enough cream cheese frosting on this cake. Now I gotta clean this up, and it's gonna chill in the fridge for a little bit. This is nice and firm and ready for decoration. Because a red velvet cake deserves red roses. Rosettes are actually really easy to pipe. I'm going to show you 3 things that'll make it a piece of cake. First, I always use a closed star tip. That's gonna make the perfect shape. Second, you gotta start from the center and work your way out. And finally, keep that tip low down to the cake. You don't wanna rise up like you're doing an ice cream swirl. See how pretty that is? Have you ever seen a red velvet cake look this good? This is for me. Red velvet cake is the key to my heart. What can I say? I'm a heartbreaker. After all that work, it's time for a bite. That is rich and delicious.